Economy is indeed coming back. Time to put the stimulus checkbook down. From the White House, this message, maybe not. President Obama today talking up additional steps for small business owners as his Treasury Secretary draws up additional global steps for more coordinated spending. Is all this really necessary? Well, radio talk show host Leslie Marshall says, yes, it is. Leslie, good to have you back.
Hey, Neil, good to be here.
Let's assume that a lot of this improvement has to do because of stimulus, your beloved stimulus. Then you could argue, well, let's just see how it works through the system, because it seems to be working.
Well, it does seem to be working. It's working fast. So if spending rather than tax cuts are working, why not spend more so we can have it work quicker? We have optimism. The markets are up. Consumer indexes are up. GM says keep your $2 billion. By the way, they can give it to me. That's Marshall with 2 L's. But I have to tell you, Neil, that, you know, this is hope. Dare I say it? This is hope. Yes, we can.
Well,
yes,
by the way, I don't think it's the stimulus. But look, for the benefit of the doubt, I'm just going to say, let's say it is. Then the money that we've spent, let's see how that money goes before we commit to spending more money, because we might not need that extra money. And if we spend that extra money, we already know we're going to have to be paying a lot of this money back. So why compound the sin?
Well, because the president, as you know today, Neil, is looking at small businesses, which really weren't affected and benefiting from the original bailout, if you will. He also has a lot of czars in place overseeing different industries, Wall Street, the auto industry, et cetera. And obviously from GM saying, hey, don't give us the $2 billion check this month, the companies and the various organizations in the private sector
You're right. He's got a lot of czars, by the way, which is bad marketing because it didn't work out well for the last czar. But leaving that out, I would just say that, look, if the markets might be pouncing on the notion that the checkbook stops because the economy might be starting again. And again, I don't want to make a big deal of this because bear markets are notorious for bear market rallies. Nevertheless, wouldn't you want to keep your powder dry, especially when you don't have any money for the powder and the powder you're already used isn't spent for?
Neil, I am a female liberal Democrat who had 2 kids over 40. I take risks. This president's taking risks. If you don't risk, you don't yield. And I think he needs to keep the checkbook out. And you know I love you, but put the Kool-Aid down. You know this is the stimulus, and you know that this is a good thing, not just for Democrats, for everyone in the country.
Think about what you just said, Les. All right, now, these banks are bragging about how they're looking better than expected. They're bragging about money we gave them and now saying the money they see in the account. Look at that. That would be, Leslie, like me tapping my MasterCard. Like me tapping my MasterCard or Visa credit line for $10,000, slapping it in my checking account and thinking my finances have improved. I've just gone deeper into debt. These guys are actually bragging about it.
But this is a very different thing, Neil, as you know. This is not like that analogy at all. This is to stimulate the economy. And if the banks have the ability to lend more and people have the ability to buy or save their homes rather than lose them and be foreclosed upon, as hundreds of thousands have in this country every month.
No, but they're not lending more. I'm not judging.
But they will, and that's why they need to get the checkbook out. They had to shore up their bottom line. They had to shore up their finances. It appears that they're saying money that they got is money that they've earned. That's fine. But it's not sort of like a ringing endorsement for stimulus as much as it is just they're acknowledging they got some free money and they're noting the free money, right? I don't agree. I think that we're seeing a very fast and, quite frankly, quicker than I expected turnaround to this. And I think this is obviously playing well on Wall Street and with consumers.
But, Leslie, wouldn't it be a pistol if this improvement is just owing itself to like a cyclical change? You know, bear markets come and bear markets go, recessions come, recessions go. And all you guys who've been talking about, you know, it's a depression. If you got a sharp knife, use it. If you got lead, you might want to swallow it. All of a sudden now you're looking at this and you're saying, man, I guess things do move in cycles.
Well, actually, the president said it's not as bad today as it has been, and he's right, which means we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, but what's the deal with that? The last week he was saying it was nuclear winter. What's going on?
Well, I think the president is being honest, and he's calling it as he sees it.
He honestly doesn't know what's going on, does he? He doesn't know whether it's a depression or things are picking up, right?
That's not true.
But,
People aren't depressed today. We're Americans. We're fickle. We change day to day.
I'll tell you the brilliance of having you on, because you're a straight shooter, and here's what I think you would readily acknowledge. The president has now stopped bashing Wall Street every day, and since he stopped doing that and started ripping businesses a new one like on an hourly basis, lo and behold, things are picking up. Isn't that weird?
I don't think so, Neil. I don't think
Leslie,
they make the decisions based on that. They're seeing that consumers are more confident. They're seeing that the stimulus package is working, and therefore that makes Wall Street more confident.
Talk about drinking the Kool-Aid. Talk about drinking the Kool-Aid. All right, Leslie, always fun having you. Have a great weekend, all right?
Thanks, Neil. You too.
Good. Leslie.